We are back here on SportsLine. 737-7767 is the number to call. We'll talk Titans. We could talk college football playoff. Does Florida have a chance to pull the upset over Alabama Saturday in the SEC championship game? Most of you would say no. I'd say it's not likely, but I believe it is possible. We can talk about that if you like. Meantime, back to the Titans as they get ready for Sunday's rematch against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Looking to finally snap that 11-game home losing streak. Here's interim head coach Mike Mularkey today after practice.
Playing against the Jaguars again this consecutively, does it help you out that it's fresh? I know you're going to change some things, but good that you just saw them and you can fix it quick and go back out there?
It does. Again, a lot of familiarity with both systems, really all three phases. That there's not a bunch of new games you got to study. One of the good games is your own game that you have that you can throw in there, and so it's definitely, there's not as much time spent on personnel and things and meetings, so we can spend more time on installing.
Does one side of the ball maybe get a bigger advantage than the other in situations like that? Does it help the offense? Maybe because you can't change up as much on defense? Or?
No, I think it's pretty. Obviously, not being a Thursday game, it's you've got more time to look at them and evaluate them and find ways to attack them or defend them. So that helps compared to that short week that we had.
Is the cat and mouse enhanced at all in the quick turn where they just saw us do this out of this, so we're going to do that and vice versa?
Yeah, I think it works both ways on both teams. You know, what you do is when some of the success you had in whatever it was, running the ball or throwing the ball, that they're going to see if we fixed it, and may not come out the exact same way with the personnel or the formation, but most of these things can be run multiple ways. They're going to find out, did we fix some of the problems we were having in that game, especially early on in the run game.
They said you have been able to develop 2 or 3 young wide receivers that are guys that make some plays down the field for them. You look at that with any envy and wanting your guys to emulate some of that and make some plays down the field?
They have a good group, you know, and we have a good group. It'll be, like, we'll see how it ends up after this game, but you know, they got a good young group that's developed around Bortles. They've been there. I don't know what Hearn's status is as of today, but they've really developed well, and it'll be a good matchup between the two sides in that area.
Mike, how much of your time is spent lifting these guys up, telling them to keep their heads up, keep fighting?
I don't have to spend as much time as you would think with the leaders that we have in this locker room. I think it's a very good locker room, and you know, again, I'll say this, it feels like everybody has moved on. It's important that we do that, and again, a lot of that's based on when we come out here. You'll be able to tell. I mean, I've been coaching a long time, whether it's affected them or not based on the next practice, and I didn't have that feel today at all. It's a good approach. Meetings are very attentive, and they'll be ready to go.
Delaney was nominated for the Peyton Award again. Your thoughts on what he brings to his team, given the veteran leadership and how many young guys you have? Yeah,
and again, I had forgotten that he'd won it in 2013, and that's, you know, Delaney just represents this organization and his family and everybody very well on and off the field, the way he does everything. And his foundation, again, we tight ends, when they all put their fines in there, it always goes to that foundation. I like that idea. He's an easy guy to follow for young players, really easy to follow him and everything he does.
I think I ever got a chance to ask you about that Khalil Mack play from the Oakland game. Remember seeing anything like that before? You know, just kind of, he was tagged for unnecessary roughness for throwing a flying wrestling move on something.
The forearm shiver. Yeah. No, I thought it was unnecessary. I'm glad they saw it and they called it, and you know, that gave us a little momentum there, getting that penalty. So yeah, you know, he's a physical player, tough physical player, very good player, but a little after the fact wasn't necessary.
They rush the passer pretty well. I think most successfully of anybody since you've taken over against you. You said they were on you pretty quick in some of those circumstances when they got to Marcus. How can you
adjust?
Are we talking?
Jacksonville first.
Okay. Well, we got to do a better job of communicating, and that's everybody. That's IDing who we're blocking and recognizing some things pre-snap. I mean, that was a big emphasis this morning. There's a lot of things that they do that you're going to have an idea they're going to do it before they do it. So you have the answer to some of the questions already. Now how do you respond to it? And so now we've seen it. We've had it live against us. We've seen it on tape. It shouldn't be any shock. There's a lot of things that they show pre-snap that if we're communicating, we should be ready for it. And I've emphasized that it's really nice to know the answers to the test. If you can get it. And so a lot of that will depend on themselves studying film and seeing as many keys as they can get.
Mike, with this skid at home, how do you handle? Do you talk about it with the team, or is it one of those things they know the numbers at this point and just time will take care of itself?
They know the numbers. Again, it's. I said it on Sunday, this past Sunday, and I said it again today that at some point. And I'm hoping it's this Sunday. We've got 2 home games left. At some point, we got to start making a stand that this is a place that people don't want to come in here, and it's going to happen eventually. I mean, is it Sunday? Is it whenever we play the next one? Is it next year? When is it? It's going to happen, and certainly like to be the team that starts it. And so that's been the emphasis. Yes.
They're the last team you beat here. Sammy blocked that field goal at the end. Any memory of that game beyond maybe the obvious?
No, I remember it was a close game. Came down to that field goal, and I know that in the last few years the teams have split, and it's usually been home and away. So again, you can throw out the window come Sunday, but they've been tight games the last couple games that we played.
Mike Mularkey, interim head coach of the Tennessee Titans, speaking to the media as they get set for Sunday's game at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Only 2 home games left in the season for the Titans. Hard to believe it, but it is true. And we'll see if they can break that 11-game home losing streak on Sunday when they take on the Jags. We'll take a break, and we'll hear from the Titans franchise QB, rookie Marcus Mariota, as he gets ready for Sunday's game. Stay with us.